You're probably thinking, what is so special about the Scandinavian Islands? Well, there's a lot of things. But if I will start from the beginning, the Viking Age started around 793 and was until 1066. So what is so special about the Scandinavian Vikings? Well, it is their story and how everything was written down, and still today the tales of the Vikings are told in Scandinavia. But that's not it. Everywhere you go, you can find a part of history all around those countries. In Norway are a few burial sites that you can go visit, like Ösenborg, Gugstad and Bornhagen. Ösenborg is a ship that was, is well-preserved Viking ship that was discovered in a large burial mound in the Ösenborg farm near Tønsberg in Vestfold County, Norway. Gugstad is a large burial mound that is in the Gugstad farm in Sandefjord in Vestfold County, Norway, and is also known as the King Mound, and is where the 9th century Gugstad ship was found. Bornhagen forms part of the Borre National Park at Hortenins Vestfold in Telemark, Norway, and it's the largest burial mound site in Northern Europe. Borre National Park is home of the most extensive collection of king graves in Scandinavia. In Sweden, there's also many places like Gettlinga, Birka, Valsgrad and Olby. Gettlinga is a village in the southwest portion of the island of Öland, Sweden. It is known for its impressive Viking stone ship burial ground. Birka, on the island Björkö, was an important Viking Age trading center with handled goods from Scandinavia and Finland, as well as Central and Eastern Europe. And the Orient Björkö is located in Lake Mälaren, 30 kilometers west of contemporary Stockholm. Valsgard is a farm on the Fyris River, about 3 kilometers north of Gamla Uppsala, the ancient center of the Swedish king and the pagan faith in Sweden. Alby is a village in the Baltic Sea in the Hultstad district at the western fringe of the store Alvaret on the island of Öland, Sweden. These are the burial mounds you can visit in Scandinavia, but they're also a big story. Most of the Viking stories are written in Iceland. The Icelandic Vikings were good storytellers and wrote every story down, and most of the common Viking stories are written in Iceland. The Icelandic Vikings founded one of the first democratic parliaments in the world. Flóki Vilgerðarson, or Hrafnaflóki like he was called, was the first Norseman to think about settling in Iceland about 870 AD. He got his name because he had 3 ravens with him on the voyage to help him find his way, and it was he who called the country Iceland. Ingólfur Arnarson was the first free Norseman to live out his life in Iceland with his wife Hallveig Fróðadóttir. They were discovered to have been washed ashore at Reykjavik, the place where Ingólfur then built his farmstead 877 AD. There is also a statue of Ingólfur in Reykjavik on a place called Arnarhóll that is located downtown Reykjavik. One of the most celebrated blacksmiths of the settlement period was the craftsman Skallagrímur Kveld-Úlfsson. One of Skallagrímur's 2 sons was called Egill. He was a great Viking warrior, as well being the most famous poet of Saga age. Eric the Red was born in Norway but moved to Iceland as a young man. One of the biggest stories when Eric sailed from Iceland to Greenland, and it is credited to have found it. Eric is also father of Leif Eriksson, Leif the Lucky, who is sometimes credited to have found America. There's a statue of Leif Eriksson outside of the biggest church in Iceland, and on the west side of Iceland you can visit Eiríksstaðir, where Eric lived. And I was talking about the parliament. There's a place called Thingvellir. It's one of the most famous places in Iceland because it is said that the Viking did form a government that was quite unlike those found in the mainlands of Europe. The first king of Norway was Harald hinn Hárfagri, Harald Fairhair, and there's a memorial of him in Haraldshöfn that is located in the northern suburbs on Hokksund. Also there's another monument of Harald Fairhair called Sverd in Fjall, Sword in Rock, located in the Hafrsfjörð neighborhood of Matla, a borough of the city Stavanger. The swords commemorate the historic Battle of Hafrsfjörð, which by tradition took place there in the year 872, when King Harald Fairhair gathered all of Norway under one crown. The Norse of the Viking Age could read and write and use a non-standardized alphabet called runir, built upon sound values. The use of runir survived into the 15th century. There are evidence that the Swedish Viking influx into Estonia and Finland, and the Norwegian Viking influx into Ireland, Iceland and Greenland during the Viking Age. All the countries are really proud of their history. It is talked about it in school, and there is so many places and stories that you can see and read about. And that's the reason why our Scandinavian is so proud. Because we are connected to the roots.